Yo! We just got the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League just last week. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago as of now. And I gotta say, guys, it was amazing. I loved every minute of it. Every 4-hour minute of, what am I saying? I loved every minute of it. It was 4 hours long. Well, without this, titles and stuff, probably a little less than 4, but still, loved every minute of it. The action was better. CGI was better. There was no mustache removal CGI, so Superman's face looked actual, legit, and it was just great. But because of that, I love Superman, and I cosplay Superman, and even though I have a lot of Marvel stuff, DC's still like my main category, my main subject focus. So I've made a picture, this picture. Boom, little red eye heat vision effect, and I posted it on Snapchat and Instagram, and people were like, "Wow, this is really cool." And I got asked like, "How did I do it?" And I was like, "It's super simple, just some camera tricks and some editing." And I thought, you know what? Why not? I'll just make a tutorial and show you guys exactly how I did it. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, I knew I wanted to use my 50mm. It's got a 1.8 f-stop, this right here, so I can get in the most light when it comes to getting that nice red glow on my face. Now, to help sell that, I had an actual light. I could put it right over my face, and it really brings out the color that I needed, in that case, red. So the good thing about the 50 is that it's nice and it's closer, it's more cropped in, more zoomed in, I guess I should say, compared to my 24, where I get this nice wide frame here. When you put the 50 on, it'll go from this to this right here, so you can automatically see the difference. As you can see right away, the depth of field right here is way different, and I'm more zoomed in on this lens. I'm standing the same distance away, but the detail you can grab with this lens is incredible. And this is f-stop 2.8. I can still go down to 1.8, and that goes from this to this, so it makes it a little bit brighter because it's taking in more light, but that's perfect for what we need. So now that we got our lens that we need for this picture, we need lights. And for this, I have my RGB video light. Got it off of Amazon. Super handy. Turn it on. You have your light. You have your brightness here. You can change it to warm colors to cool colors. But the best part about it, click the middle button, and you have different colors you can go through as well. And for the sake of this picture, we needed red. Now, to really help sell this, I made sure that my background was just completely black, blurry, and the only light source I had was this light. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, now that we have our lights off, we gotta take our little RGB light again, turn that on. And we have this. This is exactly what I wanted. They're nice and close up. The only light source is this, but obviously we don't want this color, so what we're gonna do is switch it. Now we have our red, but this red is just too bright, so we're gonna just tone it down to make it more realistic, more believable. Like, obviously it's super bright, it's heat vision, but like when it's blown out like this, it looks like I'm getting heat visioned, if that's the word I'd use. Getting lasered is better compared to being the one doing the lasering. So we're gonna do this, dial it down just a hair, so I like it. So right about, yeah, I like this, right about here. And I want to put it close to my eyes. So once we found the spot that we want to take our picture, maybe go back a little bit more, like here. Yeah, right here's good. Let me go back. Once we have our spot that we want to take the picture, so right about here for me, you want to snap your picture. So once we have our picture taken, we're going to jump into Adobe Lightroom. Now I'm using my iPad 11 Pro, but whatever you have that you like to use it, but as long as we can run the program Lightroom. I'm sure there's other apps and programs we can use, but I personally use this. Let's get into it. So now that we're in Lightroom, we're gonna go to our tab for our editing. We're gonna mess with our exposure. We're gonna bring it down just a little bit. Our contrast, kind of play with it back and forth. Depends on what you're feeling. I like a low contrast. Highlights, a little bit lower. Your shadows, I like to make them high just to get the pop on the hair. Your whites, kind of same thing, make a little, actually no, leave it in the middle. Blacks, kind of pull it down a little bit. Then we go down to our effects, put the texture up. I like a lot of texture in my photos. Clarity, same thing, kind of makes it like a real surreal look to it. Dehaze, kind of mess with it a little bit. You can bring the brightness. Vignette, and if you're feeling it, you can put some. I put like a little bit, like a hair. You're not really gonna notice it too much, but it's not too bad. And then after that, we're gonna hit our selective edits tool. Go to the brush, click on it. I have my Apple Pencil, so it's a little easier to do this stuff. We're gonna set our size, and then we're gonna set our opacity. And then once we do that, we're gonna go down and zoom in over the section we want, which in this case is gonna be our eyes. Go over the eyes with the pen tool. Go nice around your iris and your pupil. I'm using a thin brush right now, but you know, it's not the best when you use too thin, because when you start shading and stuff, you leave like these streaks, so we're gonna get rid of that. And then from here, we're gonna actually just make our brush just a hair bigger, just so we can cover more space. And it helps too if you don't pick it up, so you can make one continuous line like this. Go around, highlight the areas, get everything. And then we're gonna go back out, go to the other eye, do the same thing, just cover the area we want to edit and apply our light to. And after that, we're gonna go to our editing tab again with the selective edits, and we're gonna put exposure up, contrast up, highlight, shadows, basically everything all the way down. They can make it pop just a little bit. Go down to effects, texture up, clarity up, dehaze. I put it kind of down. Then after that, we're gonna hit our selective edits again. We're gonna hit our circular edit, put it over both eyes. So right now we're working on the right side. And then we're gonna put the brightness up and see how it makes that pop, make it look like there's energy coming out. And then same thing, kind of mess with the edits. And for everybody it's different. So you can have a personal style one way. I like to make it super bright, but not too bright, like almost like there's actual like just an energy source behind the eye. So everything underneath has like a nice light effect to it. And then we're just gonna go to the other eye and do the same process again. Put everything up, so contrast, you know, and sometimes it's hard to get them to match evenly because of the lighting. I was a little bit of an angle, so it's a little dark on that side, so I gotta mess around with it, as you see here. And then you notice like I have like this weird little dark blue line right above the crease of my eyelid as I mess with everything. And now we're just gonna dial it down just a little bit, and I'm kind of not really liking that, so I'm gonna go back, figure out where that came from, and I'm going through all the settings, shadows. I'm like, okay, shadows was too bright, so it made it out of whack. So we're gonna fix it, go back, and now I like this. I like how it looks. We're gonna get our selective tool again, hit the brush, move stuff around if we have to, and then we can go over and select the areas and it's really just get real specific and fine tune the area we're working on. And then that's our picture. And then to make it, give it a little bit extra detail, get our pen tool again, make it super thin. Now we're gonna go under the eyes, and where all your blood vessels are under your eyes and your cheeks, we're gonna make little blood vessels to give it a sense of realism. So we're gonna go under, do this, that, this side. You know, you can go a little crazy. I don't really know the specific style or design. So again, it's personal preference, whatever you think looks best. Once you're happy with your design, go to our editing tab. We're gonna go to our exposure and drop it down just a little bit so it makes it seem like those vessels underneath are being pushed out because of the light source. And there you have it. That's your picture. That's how it's done. And that's all there is to it. All you need is a light, a camera, and a little bit of editing, and you can have cool photos just like that. I hope you guys can take this and apply it to your own photos and projects in the future, and really don't be afraid to go wild either. Like really let your imagination take over. And honestly, I'd love to see what you guys come up with, so please feel free to share too. As a photographer and a cosplayer, it's really cool that I can kind of combine the both of these. Maybe you're new to cosplaying or even new to photography. I want to be able to help you learn in an easy and enjoyable way. And then soon enough, you'll be able to take photos like this, or even like this. That was pretty cool, right? If you want to know how I did that one, feel free to leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll make another tutorial in the future. But that's all I have for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and you learned something that you can apply to yourself. I have more videos coming soon within the week. Stay tuned for those. I hope you guys are staying safe and being well out there and enjoying this day. It's a rainy day here for me, but make the best out of it, right? Peace out.